So, Om Shanti, welcome everyone to online guided meditation session. So, for today's session, we would be looking at the topic of how to become free from the subtle dependencies. So, we all know that to depend on something or someone all the time is not so pleasant experience. Especially, let's say, if other person has some things to be taken care of, etc. So, in the material world and in the Western culture, there is something called do it yourself kits. Have you heard of this kits like do it yourself? Right. So,
Oh, I haven't heard.
oh, you haven't heard? Okay. Nowadays, if you had any like the tap problem or anything like something in your home is not working right, some AC unit there is some problem. There's always like do it yourself kits which are available handy. So all you have to do is read the instruction manual and follow the instruction manual, and you will be able to fix the things. So, but it does take some time to understand the manual and do the things all by ourselves. But it gives one self the independence. That is, it makes you independent to avoid an expense of labor charge. And then in bad weather, most of the times it is difficult to count on people showing up for repair works or things like that. So similarly, what about the emotional and mental dependence? Meaning sometimes we see that we are very much dependent on the people's acceptance of maybe my ideas, my opinions, praise, and things like that. There are these strong habits within us that when we do something, we expect a return for that. So let's say I gift someone something on their birthday. Now, if that person doesn't give me back on my birthday, I get upset. And for joy, sometimes we are dependent on doing things. So we continuously keep ourselves busy, occupied in doing things, doing different things. And sometimes we rely on completion of these tasks or the things to make us feel happy. If my work gets done, if I wanted to do few things today, and if I'm able to do all the things, if I check off all the boxes on the to-do list, only then maybe I will feel happy. So like this, we have kind of become dependent on several other things for our joy or for our happiness. And then sometimes we also look for the approval of people to feel better. If you approve me that I am doing good job, then I feel better. Otherwise, I feel worthless. So this is called as emotional dependence. And this leads to a bondage. And this leads to a game of false expectations, where we continuously try to meet to the expectations of other people, even though from inside we don't want to do that. So this is like creating a bondage to our inner freedom. So in today's meditation, we will be looking at freeing ourselves from these subtle expectations and rejoicing ourselves with a total state of freedom. When we serve from a place of wanting nothing, we get everything. But if I am serving from the place where I want to, get some praise or get some approval or in this game of name and fame, then that is going to leave me with sorrow. So to begin with, sit back straight. Make yourself comfortable. Let your body be totally relaxed. And we can start by breathing. Start by breathing, inhaling, breathing in joy. And exhale and breathe out any discomfort you have been holding in any part of the body. So again, inhale, breathe in joy, and exhale, breathe out any discomfort that you have been holding. Again, breathe in, inhale, breathe in joy, and exhale, breathe out any discomfort that you have been holding. Now bring your attention to the center of your forehead. That's the place where the king, the soul, resides. Now look at yourself. What are the little things that have been troubling the king, that have been troubling the soul, or that have been stealing your happiness from you? Maybe you can notice what were those things from today's day, or maybe in the past week. If you can recollect some of these thoughts, which they come to steal your happiness, these are the culprits, and we have to catch them today. So just observe yourself as a detached observer and see what kind of thoughts steal your happiness or joy. For example, just to get started, this could be some kind of thoughts where I have to let go of certain things, because that could be some emotional trauma that I've been holding on from the past. So such thoughts, when we remember them, they kind of steal our happiness. So take a moment to observe what kind of thoughts do you frequently have that disturbs your mood or that disturbs your well-being. Now, as you check these thoughts, every time there is a painful thought, it usually has a message, either to let go of something waste that I have been holding on to, or there is sometimes usually interference of ego, which keeps coming with the message that I am right and the other person is wrong. So when we have these kind of thoughts, they tend to drain our energy. And throughout the day, the more and more these kind of thoughts we have, the more they steal our happiness. And one problem with getting rid of these subtle expectations is that they are too strong subconscious habits. Now, anything once we get habituated, it becomes difficult to remove from the system. But in Raja Yoga, we do have a technique to remove the old habits, is to replace them with the new ones. Instead of fighting to remove them, if I can replace these habits, if I can replace these thoughts with more divine thoughts, or with the thoughts that are filled with love, compassion, respect, and regard for everyone, then it kind of creates an aura of good wishes within us. And these good wishes, they fight with these waste thoughts or the weaker thoughts. So the more the time you spend in creating quality thoughts, in creating the thoughts that give joy to yourself and to others, the more you will be free from the waste thoughts. And then we do have the company of Supreme Being. And if I can bring his energy of the Supreme Being, and if I can absorb his love, and if I can learn the art of filling my pockets, filling my inner pockets of the soul with the Supreme Being's love, I don't have to keep looking entire day for the love, or maybe for some respect or praise or approval from the relationships, because I am full. And when something is full, it continues to give, just like Mother Nature. Because Mother Nature is full, it continues to sustain us until the end. Similarly, once I become full, recharged with love, with peace and happiness from this being, who himself is full of all these virtues, I can also be a bestower just like him. Otherwise, I would be looking for love. I would be seeking for friendship. I would be seeking for respect. So it's like from being a beggar meaning not having those spiritual virtues, I can become a bestower. And I can continue to give everyone without any expectations. But there has to be this continuous practice of donating joy, donating love, donating peace that we experience from the Supreme Being. And this practice should be done for a long period of time. Only then I will start to experience a natural state of freedom. That is, my happiness and my joy is not anymore dependent on the approval of others. There is this true emotional independence. The soul will reach to this level where it becomes really full and nourished with all these divine virtues. And there is this disharmony within us because we started to look for the love outside. And we started to seek love from them who are empty like us. And you might have noticed when we started to have love for my own body or just for the self, it started to take a form of ego. And the same love when I started to have for other bodily beings, it took the form of lust and attachment. And when I started to have the love for the physical possessions in the material world, it started to take the form of greed. So the need of the hour is to just shift my love from these temporary things to permanent thing. You might ask yourself, what is the permanent thing? The permanent thing is the Supreme Being. And once I learn this art of connecting with this being, I will get restored to my original identity of being a soul. It's as if the king has returned back to his throne. And we are all like kings. We just lost our kingdom of love, our kingdom of peace, and our kingdom of joy. Once I connect with this being and I let myself get absorbed in his love, I shall be fulfilled with all the treasures. And once my treasures get fulfilled, I can rule my kingdom with great harmony. And the kingdom here is my inner feelings, my inner emotions, my inner thoughts. I can have 100% control over everything within my inner world. I just have to learn the art of falling in love with this divine being. This will destroy all the subtle dependencies. I will become a prince from a beggar. Om Shanti. I am peace.